The referee should have stepped in and said, Lamont, you need to put your head back. You know, you can't really use your head to come in.
Should you have been pushing, though, at all?
I mean, no, first of all, you know, pushing is, I did get a warning for it and you're not allowed to push in boxing, but, I mean, I had no choice. I mean, with that head coming in every time, it was either getting head-butted or pushing him away. Now, look, if you look at it...
it's down to the referee's discretion.
Then and I said, look, ref, I go... And I thought the referee's going to give him a warning, or he's going to say, look, don't keep your head out of range. I look at push him away and I look straight to the referee to say to the ref, look, I complain.
I've got a million and one questions here to write them down bit by bit. Let's start from the beginning. Was the referee right in only scoring one of the knockdowns to start the fight?
I think there was two, and the one that he did score was, I think the first one was more of a knockdown than the second one, but he scored the second one more of a knockdown, yes. But they both should have been scored as a knockdown, really, if you think about it. They're both clean shots.
Could you see where he could have made a mistake and not counted that one because his foot getting...
I mean, his foot's there, but he got caught with a clean shot, and I've been knocked down, scored against me, and they were shots that didn't even hit me, and I went down and I got scored.
Issue one. The deductions of points from the referee, were any of them justified?
Well, you know, I think, you know, before he even took the points off, he should have said, look, he should have warned me to say, look, Amir, if you do that one more time, I'm going to take a point off you. None of that happened.
Did you expect this, though? Third, fourth round, him coming to you, the body shots, he suddenly, you know, came forward, and then you were trapped on the ropes a lot. Yeah, you know, we knew he was going to come forward with pressure, and I could feel the weight of him. He walked into the fight 155 pounds, and I could feel the physical strength. But, you know, we didn't expect him to walk forward as aggressive, but we knew it was going to be a tough fight. Did you listen to Freddie? Were you ill-disciplined at times?
No, I listened to whatever Freddie said to me, and you know, Freddie told me the right instructions, and I followed them.
Peterson's strength, body shots. Was it strong? Was it painful?
No, I stood there, took the body shots, and I was okay. Never was I winded.
And what about the sort of red mist coming down, the showing your chin again, a little bit of hands down? I mean, did that cost you a bit? No,
you know, in the day, I mean, you know, he caught me and I took a step back. I didn't get my chin out right in front of him. I was out of range when I did that. But you know, one thing about it, I mean, all those people who say, I mean, you ain't got a chin and you can't take a shot. I mean, I've proven that in my last few fights. I've fought top 10 world-class fighters and taken their best shots, and they've not put me down. And Lamont Peterson also was one to say that I've not got a good chin, and he's the one who was down twice.
I think the boxing world knows that now. Let's bring Richie and Glenn in. First of all, you were ringside at DC. Yeah. Glenn, you were at home. How did you score it?
Well, I scored it with John Curtis, our Sky colleague, and I had Amir winning by 1. I mean, he'll tell you that himself, John will. Even with the points deducted, I thought, obviously, terrible refereeing. I thought there were times when Amir boxed very well, other times when he stood on the ropes, he got caught with too many shots. He knows that now. But at the same time, you never know what you're going to get in America, Adam, because if you let's go back to Ricky Hatton and Mayweather.
Yeah.
The first round there, when they first come together, you had Joe Cortez, was it? Cortez, saying part, you know, he wouldn't allow Ricky. Now, Lamont Peterson, all the fight, changed his tactics because he knew he was getting outboxed at range and then suddenly got very close up to Amir, but his head was constantly, and I think Amir just got so frustrated and obviously pushing off because he expected the referee, you know,
Did you think Amir won as well?
I did. I had Amir by a couple of points. I thought, first of all, I must say Peterson was it was a sterling performance. It was absolutely fantastic. And I think you got it. You know, the controversies took away a little bit from the credit that he has to be given. You know, it was very, very close, but I wouldn't have argued either way because he did put on a great performance.
Yeah, Amir, your post-fight interview, you were obviously angry, you were blaming, but I mean, surely you just respect Lamont Peterson. What a story coming from the streets and doing that.
I mean, definitely. You know, he's had a tough life. I mean, coming off the streets and going into boxing, and boxing changed his life around. I mean, overall, the fight was amazing. I mean, I enjoyed it, every minute of it, and I want to do it again.
You don't begrudge him the win.
Sorry?
You don't begrudge him the win?
Well, yeah, I don't think he won the fight in my eyes. I think I won the fight. He lost the fight, but overall, I mean, looking at the fight itself, the fight was amazing, and it was a good fight to watch. 70% of our boxing users favoured Peterson winning the fight. Can you see what they saw? Can you understand how they had it that way? Well, 70% said that he won.
They thought he won.
I know, man, because I've had about at least 90% of people coming over to me and saying that they thought I won the fight.
It's subjective, isn't it? I mean,
it is.
What we do know, it was close. It was really close, wasn't it?
And it was in his hometown, and you're always going to struggle a bit. But
isn't that the most important thing?
That's the point that you know, the controversy. Take that away from it. It was a great fight, and let's forget about what happened now. Just get on with it. Let's get a return.
Great fight and all, but let's make the point. Anywhere but America, if it's in England, he doesn't get 1 point, never mind the 2 points, so he wins the fight.
There's still controversy, of course. You know, your team have lodged an appeal. Right. You know, there's into the judges scoring into the cards, and there was one that seemed to be sort of changed in round 7. You know, 10-8 one way and 10-10, and there was confusion, as occasionally there is in boxing. But what now? There was no rematch clause, was there?
There was no rematch clause because Lamont Peterson was a mandatory for the IBF.
What about the WBA?
For WBA, we just put that up. He was not that was voluntary.
Do you regret that now?
Not really. End of the day, I'm one of them guys. I mean, I wanted to put both my titles on the line, and it was a unification fight. But I thought, and Lamont did say that he would give me a rematch back. And I think I'm the only guy out there which will make him a lot of money as well.
Did you ever think about losing? Did it ever cross? Or were you
always have to
overconfident?
You always have to, think about losing as well, because it's one of them things. I had to push myself in training camp, and I did. I trained very hard for this fight. I knew it was going to be a tough fight no matter what. I didn't take him lightly.
I kind of sense by the whole camp a little measure of overconfidence by taking it in his backyard, by not getting the rematch clause, because I think you expected that.
Did you look past him a little?
The rematch clause and everything. I mean, I left that with my team, so I mean that's really outside my hands. But I mean, we trained so hard for this fight, and I didn't look past him. No, I knew this was going to be a tough fight. And when I spoke to Freddie Roach before the fight, he said to me, look, this will be one of the toughest fights you have, because Lamont is a very strong guy. The reason we took the fight to DC was because he wouldn't fight me in the UK. I offered the fight to him 6 months ago, and he wouldn't want the fight anywhere but Washington.
We'd love to see the rematch.
Yeah.
Do you really think it will happen, and when?
Yeah, I think it will happen. It's what the world wants to see, really. They want to see the rematch because the first fight was such a good fight. I want the rematch to be either end of March or any time after that.
The ball's firmly in Peterson's court now. Do you think he'll take the rematch?
I don't think he'll take it, in my opinion, because he knows it was a tough fight, and he was very lucky to win that fight. But and he will lose the next fight against me if he fought me. Let's just see what happens. I mean, I put my complaint in. As long as even if they don't turn the decision, as long as they give me a rematch and give me a chance to fight for my titles and bring them titles back home, I'll be happy.
Mayweather and Pacquiao and all talk of those sort of super fights just on hold for the moment. You want to right a wrong that you thought?
Things happen for a reason. I think, it just put me back probably 3 to 6 months. I just have to get this Lamont Peterson fight over with, put it behind me, and then move up to 147, get a fight at that weight. And then, I'm still young, just turned 25. It's only made me, this defeat's only given me more experience. It's going to and also made me a lot wiser and a lot smarter. And it's going to give me a lot more experience because I'm going to fight a lot more at this division. I've got one more fight in this division. I was thinking of moving up to 147. I'll be doing that a little bit later next year, and then we'll see where we go from there.
The fight of the year again, though, just like last year with Maidana. We'll have more of that, Amir. Absolutely.
It's one of the things. I mean, everyone was on the edge of the season. It was a great fight overall. It was a brilliant fight. We weren't happy about the decision, but end of the day, everyone was happy with the fight, the way we fought. Both of us fought at Raskins. Can't take nothing away from Lamont Peterson because he put a great performance on.
It was an absolutely sterling effort, Amir, from you and from Lamont Peterson.